by Cuauhtemoc, jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan. The gods were still uneasy, for another omen appeared that same year. The temple of the demon Huitzilopochtli burst suddenly into flames, although it was made of stone. When the people hurried to pour water on the fire, it burned with even greater violence. I asked our Emperor Montezuma what we needed to do to appease the gods. His haughty priests made that predictable reply. The Aztec Empire needed more prisoners. The sun god, the rain god, and even the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl were angry deities that required sacrifice. Our city-state of Tenochtitlan is allied with two others, together composing the Triple Alliance. Montezuma intended for the Triple Alliance to attack our longtime enemies, the Tlaxcala. I sent the traditional shield, arrows, and cloaks to the Tlaxcala, declaring to them that they would soon be attacked. Then, we marched out into the forests, our jaguar and eagle banners ready to clash with the heron banners of the Tlaxcala. Birds in the rainforest canopy took to the sky, eager to be away from the violence that was to come.
Bantne, Oak. Bantelwom.
Emperor Montezuma insists that you make war on the Tlaxcala.
Montezuma oversteps his authority, but we will comply.
Who?
We have found a hidden temple to Tlaloc, the rain god. The magicians say that if we bring 10 jaguar warriors to this location, we will be rewarded.
Comance?
Montezuma of the Aztec demands that as a member of the Triple Alliance, you attack the wicked Tlaxcala.
Montezuma asks us to do much for the Aztecs, but we shall do his bidding, for now.
Now we can attack the Tlaxcala. Villagers are being sent by transport from Tenochtitlan to establish our forward base.
Bantelwon. Who? Oak.
Oh,
Outside. Outside. Batne. Batne.
Ach, zack. 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 Het, ach, zack. Komance. Het. Ach, zack, zack, ach, zack, ach, zack.
Wank.
oh.
Outside. 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 Outside.
Komance. Komance. Oak. Bantelwon. Who? Jebio. Jonke. Bantelwon. Jebyo. Omantse. Ok. Omantse. Ku. Bantelwon. Ok. Jonke. Jebyo. Omantse. Ku. Bantelwon. Ku. Omantse. Bantne. Bantelwon. Ok. Bantne. Ok. Ok. Omantse. Bantelwon. Ok. Bantne. Ku.
These warriors shall receive the blessing of the Rain God, and will fight with the skill of 10 normal men.
Omantse. Jonke.
We have destroyed one town center. 3 remain. We have now leveled 2 of Tlaxcala's town centers. 2 remain. Tlaxcala has 1 town center remaining. Where can it be?
Bantelwon.
We have destroyed all of Tlaxcala's town centers. Now they will surely surrender.
Now that we are rid of the Tlaxcala, let us rid ourselves of these Aztec taskmasters. officers as well.
Agreed.
None shall challenge the will of Montezuma and the Aztec Empire. But wait, what is this that approaches?
I claim these lands and all of the gold they bear in the name of Charles of Spain. Until all of the gold is brought to me, I shall not return home. To prove it, I am sinking my ships.
Who is this man who has arrived? Could it be that the god Quetzalcoatl has returned? The first messengers to arrive in Tenochtitlan told of mountains or towers that floated on the sea. Each story told to Montezuma was more fantastic than the last. They could fire stone balls, shooting sparks and raining fire that could crack open weapons. Huge deer with no antlers carried these gods on their backs. Their swords were iron, their bows were iron, their shields were iron, and their clothes were iron. Surely this was the return of Quetzalcoatl. Montezuma heard these reports with growing alarm as he shifted nervously on the Icpali, his legless throne. He ordered expensive gifts to be sent to the new arrivals, in the hopes that Quetzalcoatl would spare Montezuma when the feathered serpent came to Tenochtitlan. He has come back, Montezuma whispered to me. He seeks his place on the throne, for that is what he promised when he departed. I held my weapons tightly but said nothing. How could I challenge the word of our emperor? So says Cuauhtemoc, jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan. passed down to you by Cuauhtémoc, Jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan. Another Roman. The lake around the great city of Tenochtitlan rose and boiled. It foamed until it washed against the houses of the city, sweeping many of them into the lake. I accompanied our dignitaries to meet with the new arrivals. We journeyed towards the coast, through the lands of our enemies, the Tlaxcala. When we emerged from the forest, the strangers welcomed us, although they kept their weapons nearby. I told them that we were Aztecs, representatives of the great Montezuma. Their leader said that his people were Spanish, and he named himself Cortés, although he seemed pleased when we referred to him as Quetzalcoatl. Although their armor and animals seem otherworldly, they did not seem like gods to me. We presented Cortés gifts of finest cotton and plumes of bird feathers, but he seemed more interested in the gold ornaments. He asked again and again if there was more gold to be found in Tenochtitlan. By now, Cortés had advanced all the way to the lands of the Tlaxcala. There was initial warfare made between Tlaxcala and the Spanish. However, when Cortés heard stories about the size of Tenochtitlan and the number of our brave Aztec warriors, he suggested that the Spanish and the Tlaxcala join forces and attack the Aztecs. We do not know the intentions of these Spanish arrivals. For now, our enemies are the Tlaxcala. The Spanish are attacking our allies in Tabasco. We must come to their aid.
Comance. Ok.
Comance. Achtzak. 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 Achtzak.
Our runners have confirmed that the Spanish and Tlaxcala have formed an alliance against us. Now we must do battle with them both.
Comance.
The Spanish armies are dangerous because of the beasts they ride into battle. If we could capture these animals, then the Spanish would be much less of a threat. This is the pen where we will corral the captured Spanish horses. We have captured 10 Spanish horses. We are halfway to our goal. Now that we have all of the Spanish forces, they will be unable to send their deadly knights and conquistadors into battle. It is here that the Spanish sank their own transports to prove their determination to conquer our lands. Cortés must be nearby. We have defeated the Tlaxcalans and slowed the Spanish advance, but I fear the final confrontation is yet to come. Fought well that day. My men were frightened by the beasts that the Spanish rode into combat, and by the noise of their exploding weapons. Although we had survived the attack, I thought it best to withdraw towards Tenochtitlan and share with Emperor Montezuma all that we had learned. I don't know if my uncle Montezuma was being cowardly or merely trying to preserve us from the wrath of the gods. But he sent more gifts to Cortés along with an invitation to visit our great city as his personal guest. I was there when Montezuma met Cortés on one of the causeways leading into our great city. The Spanish had evidently never seen anything like Tenochtitlan, and they stared in wonder at the brightly colored markets and pyramids rising out of a man-made island in the middle of the gigantic lake Texcoco. Some of the Spanish soldiers asked whether it was all a dream, the first glimpse of things never heard, seen, or dreamed before. Montezuma led Cortés to the top of the Great Pyramid, where he pointed out the various canals and neighborhoods of the city. But Cortés was mostly interested in gold ornaments, and helped himself to any which he encountered. I was no longer convinced that this man was Quetzalcoatl. So says Cuauhtémoc, Jaguar warrior of Tenochtitlan.
Samarkand was the most beautiful face that the earth has ever turned towards the sun. And in Herat, you were sure to accidentally kick a poet whenever you stretched your legs. I missed both of these cities dearly, but my new capital was not too shabby either. With skies filled with herons and cranes, surrounded by breathtaking mountains and hills dressed in fruit orchards, Kabul was a jewel in the wilderness. This unending loveliness inspired me to beautify the city even more. New palaces were erected and mosques established. Trees were planted and gardens built, the most beautiful in the world, mind you. The money required for these lavish projects came easily, as Kabul lay at the heart of the Silk Road. And the trade caravans from northern India brought not only sweets and aromatic roots, but also interesting news. The Indian city-states beyond the mountains were still recovering from Tamerlane's invasion 100 years earlier. Apparently, they were weak enough to offer little resistance to a determined invader. I had to get to the bottom of these rumors, so I organized an expedition to Hindustan. And since you can always combine the useful with the pleasant, I decided to carry out the expedition as a raid.
The infirm city-states of the Punjab lie at our feet. Let us show them that it was a mistake to consider us an ordinary band of robbers!
Namaste. Nirmata. 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 Nirmata.
My lord, many Afghan warriors who oppose your just rule have gathered in the mountains. Be cautious. We can only expect that they will stab us in the back as soon as we invade India.
Babur, we know that whoever rides with you will be rewarded with abundant plunder. We would join you, but we must first repair our battered mountain fortress. Unfortunately, enemy clans have seized our only hope, depriving us of the building materials that we need. Drive their soldiers off, and we will be loyal to you. Our quarry is ours once more. Thank you, Babur. We will now rebuild our fortress, and then join you on your raids. Bring hell to their homes! Nomad hordes attack our estates! To the ramparts! Where should we strike? a target. Who is set?
Attack player 4.
Our soldiers there. So we here. We will march on Ludhiana.
Invaders from the north are up to mischief in our land. Alert all available soldiers.
Namaste.
This time? Mongols? Tartars? Anyway, we will show this rabble who rules this land. have plundered rich loot, exactly as you had promised, Amir. Let us retreat to the mountains and enjoy our triumph with a sip of cider.
For all the coin, diamonds, and rubies that my men presented to me, these spoils were merely the promise of something far greater. But I had just the idea for how to invest these new riches. Far to the west, in the Ottoman Empire, great advances had been achieved in gunpowder technology. The Sultan had entire gunpowder regiments at his disposal, and his new cannons were suitable not only for sieges, but also for use in battle. Thus, I sent negotiators to the Ottomans to acquire these miracle weapons for me, and to hire experts to demonstrate their use to my men, who only knew how to fight with bows and sabers.
passed down to you by Cuauhtemoc, prisoner of Tenochtitlan. The next omen we did not see, but heard. The voice of a weeping woman who cried in the night that she could not hide her children. Indecision plagued Emperor Montezuma. Was this man Quetzalcoatl, or was he just a man? As the emperor brooded, the citizens grew restless. Cortés kept a close watch on the emperor, and soon Montezuma became a prisoner in his own palace. Thus did the Spanish take Tenochtitlan without a siege. The Spanish collected all of the gold they could find. They were not interested in our art or ornaments, but merely melted down the gold for the return to Spain. They also outlawed any further sacrifice to the gods. When the priests protested, they were killed. The citizens and warriors of Tenochtitlan were enraged. We knew, even if our emperor did not, that these men were not gods. Riots broke out in the marketplace and at the palace. When Montezuma himself appeared on the walls urging the Aztecs to be at peace, the people threw stones at him. It was time to remove these so-called gods from Tenochtitlan. I must make my way back to Tenochtitlan and end the Spanish influence there. But how?
Jebio! Oak! Who?
If you truly mean to free Tenochtitlan, then we will fight alongside you. Many Aztecs are held prisoner to the north. They would join us as well.
Zonke!
Out of my way, pig!
Jebio! Bantelwon! Jebio!
There are transports on the beach ahead, but they are guarded. We will need several Aztec warriors to defeat them.
Zonke! Jebio! Zonke! Oak! Who? Omante! Bante! Omante! Bantel! Jebio! Omante? Oak!
What are you doing so close to the city? Stirring up trouble, no doubt.
One.
A Tlaxcalan priest! We must be cautious. I wonder what would happen if we open the jaguar pen.
Bantelwon. Romance, Ku, Ok, Jebio, Bantelwon, Jonke, Ku. Romance, Ok. Romance, Bant.
We have reached the Tlaxcala outpost. We do not have time to destroy every building. Let us free the prisoners and escape. Montezuma was tricked by the Spanish. Vengeance shall be ours.
Ok. Jebio. Ok. Bantelwon. Jonke. Jebio. Jonke.
Vengeance shall be ours. We can gather our strengths across the lake, but to get there, we must steal a transport from Tenochtitlan.
Bantelwon. Ok. Bante. Ku. Jebio. Ok. Ku. Jonke. Ok. Bantelwon. Jebio. Ok. Ku. Jonke. Jebio. Bantelwon. Ok. Jonke. Jebio. Ok. Jonke. Jebio. Jonke. Jebio. Jonke. Ku. Jebio. Jonke. Jebio. Bantelwon. Ok. Bantelwon. Jonke. Ku. Ok.
Pomanta.
Ok. Manze, Ku, Ok.
We can train priests at this monastery and use them to capture villagers from Tenochtitlan.
Ok.
Hick. Okay. Ik. Ok. Bantelwok.
Manze, Bantelwon. Ku,
But nay. Outside.
I have heard tales of an island in Lake Texcoco that is covered with gold, but is sacred to Tezcatlipoca, the jaguar god. Spanish thought that Tenochtitlan was theirs, but they did not count on the strength and courage of Aztec warriors. The Spanish called it La Noche Triste, which meant the night of sorrows in their language. At first, the Spanish barricaded themselves in our homes and palaces, but we continuously attacked their quarters. With stones, slings, and arrows, we drove the Spanish and Tlaxcalans through the streets of Tenochtitlan and across the 3 bridges and over the walls into Lake Texcoco. Thousands died. Those Spanish that were not killed by macanas or javelins were drowned by the weight of the treasure they refused to leave behind. Tenochtitlan lay in ruin, but the city was ours again. Many brave Aztec warriors died that night as well, including noble Montezuma. The Spanish claimed that our own people had killed him with thrown stones. Thus, it was a night of sorrows for us as well. So says Cuauhtémoc, defender of Tenochtitlan. passed down to you by Cuauhtemoc, Emperor of Tenochtitlan. The death of Montezuma only served to further inflame the fury of my people. I plan to lead the attack personally against the Spanish. That is as it should be, Cuauhtemoc, the priests told me, for you are now our emperor. I took my place on the Icpali throne, and the headdress of the emperor was placed upon my head. A crown is never a comfortable thing to wear. Cortés had still not made it far from Tenochtitlan, where the Spanish were weighed down with our stolen gold. As they fled around the shores of the lake, my warriors pursued them in canoes. I sent additional warriors by land, for it was obvious now that Cortés was attempting to flee back to the safety of his allies in Tlaxcala. We caught up with the Spanish on the north side of Lake Texcoco. The Spanish shall never again set foot in Tenochtitlan. Let none escape our blades.
Guante. Bantelwon. Coup. Guante. Jonker.
Jane?
My Emperor, we have been studying Spanish horses and cannon, and have found that there is no reason Aztecs could not use these weapons, provided we have the proper materials. If we capture Spanish horses, it is possible that we could train cavalry of our own. If we capture their stores of gunpowder, we could even create some cannons to use against the Spanish. We have captured a Spanish horse. If we return it to our citadel, perhaps we can learn to ride it into battle.
Guante. Bantelwon.
In their haste to flee, the Spanish abandoned these carts filled with gunpowder. Created a bombard cannon. have trained a horse rider. We 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 have trained a horse rider.
Umantse? Ok.
It is an old Spanish ammunition depot. These wagon loads of gunpowder might be useful. have created a bombard cannon.
Umance?
We have created a bombard cannon. We have created a bombard cannon. We have created a bombard cannon.
Who?
We have trained a horse rider. 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 Surviving Spanish on the edge of the lake could see as their captured comrades were dragged up the steps of the Great Pyramid. Perhaps they would then understand why we feared the wrath of the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl. Perhaps they would know fear as well. With the fighting having subsided, there was much work to be done. Our city had suffered much from the Spanish occupation and the fighting in the streets. The priests set out to repair the temples, for the Spanish had cast down the idols that we had placed there. We began a celebration to give thanks to the gods when the great plague struck Tenochtitlan. Many of our people became helpless and could only lie in their beds. Many others died. We did not know if the gods were still unhappy with us, or if this was some weapon unleashed by the Spanish. Regardless, if Cortés returned, he would find a much weakened city. I could not let that happen. So says Cuauhtémoc, Emperor of Tenochtitlan. Passed down to you by Cuauhtémoc, Emperor of Tenochtitlan. The Spanish will return soon. I had hoped that Cortés would continue fleeing back from whence he came, but he had stopped to regroup at Tlaxcala. I imagined that he could not stand the thought of returning to Spain while we still had treasuries of gold hidden from him. Still dreaming of gold and glory, the Spanish pledged themselves to another assault on Tenochtitlan. In Tlaxcala, Cortés constructed many warboats on dry land. Then he had the crafts broken down and carried through the rainforest, only to be rebuilt on Lake Texcoco. He knows that my Aztec warriors can defend the bridges leading into Tenochtitlan, but we are vulnerable from the water. I called the warriors to one final battle. The priests attempted to encourage the troops by calling upon the Aztecs to defend their ancient gods and their glorious city. They sent up smoke signals to declare that the Aztecs were ready for war as I climbed the steps of the great temple and sounded the shell trumpet. Tenochtitlan would be under siege soon, and the brave Aztecs would die before we would see her captured. We demolished the southern causeway to slow the Spanish advance. The Spanish must have abandoned these warships during their flight from Tenochtitlan. Now we will use them to bring death to the Spanish by sea.
We have returned for the rest of your gold. Surrender now, or feel the wrath of our bombards.
We have done it. Tenochtitlan stands and the armies of Cortés are defeated. The Aztec Empire has triumphed. For now. Not so long ago, some 500,000 people called Tenochtitlan home. It is difficult to recall that this smoking ruin was once an endless city. Yet, we will rebuild. We created this island upon which our city and temples stand, and we can do it once more. The Aztec Empire has endured its greatest challenge, yet the Spanish may return in the future. I am not certain that there is a place for us in this new world. I could ask the gods for a hint of the future, but no doubt that would lead to more sacrifice, and I think there has been enough death for now. My people composed a poem to commemorate this great war that we have survived, and yet perhaps still not won. Broken spears lie in the roads. We have torn our hair in grief. The houses are roofless now, and their walls are red with blood. So says Cuauhtémoc, Emperor of Tenochtitlan.
Knowing where this story is inevitably headed, I find myself tensing with dread. For this is where the Alexander of the Safavids was knocked from his pedestal, a fall that has led him here, to these desolate outskirts of his capital. Ismail's demise began not in Persia, but in the ever-growing Ottoman Empire. A man named Shah Kuru attempted a coup against the ruling dynasty, much like Ismail had rallied his own followers to depose the Ak Koyunlu. Although Shah Kuru's uprising proved unsuccessful, it was clear now to the Ottomans that Ismail's sway over their Turkoman subjects was no longer possible to ignore. A year later, Selim the Grim ascended to the Turkish throne, the victor of a strenuous civil war. In an act befitting his name, the new sultan rounded up 40,000 Safavid sympathizers and had them all executed. Blaming Ismail for infecting the minds of his rightful subordinates, he sent scathing letters his way. Still convinced of his own immortality, Ismail failed to take Selim's threat seriously, even pitying this unknown adversary. To him, this mysterious detractor was just like all others, foolish enough to incur his wrath. This conflict culminated in the two leaders gathering at the plains of Chaldiran, not far from the Safavid capital. What happened next, I am loath to mention, but I can already see the anguish dawning over Ismail's face as he opens his lips.
Shah. We are outnumbered. We should wait until nightfall to launch our attack.
Silence! Numbers have never thwarted me in the past, and these Turks are no exception.
Forward, march!
The Ottomans are breaking! Come on, everyone! Let us finish this battle with one last valiant charge!
You have fallen right into my trap. I had expected no less from such a narcissist. Commence the salvo!
Flee for your dear life, Ismail! We have...
I lost. Was my claim to immortality nothing but a mirage all of these years?
I would love to prolong this vacation, but I have some unfinished business down in Aleppo. Consider your neck spared. For now.
We put our faith in you, Shah, and you have failed us all. Now the whole world encloses us. Prove to us that you are a capable leader, and not just some self-absorbed fraud.
Ori? سلام
سلام آری میکنم فرمان
secret gifts mean nothing to us anymore.
So, we meet once more, old adversary. Lucky for you, I am feeling rather generous today. But first, I expect an act of goodwill. Give me a relic, and I will teach you how to better handle your artillery.
آماده صحیح آری فرمان صحیح آری سلام
آرمان
Ah, your audacity reminds me of Don Francisco, God rest his soul. As promised, I will return the favor. Perhaps now you can break even with the Ottomans.
Attack an enemy now.
As you wish. Mortal though you may be, you are resilient. Your will is ours, Shah Ismail. All of this campaigning is making me busy. But since you're a man of your word, I figured it only right that I spare a bit of help for a friend in need. Good luck in your endeavors.
Attack player 4.
As you wish.
چوب میکنم. صحیح. آماده. سلام. معمار. آماده. چوب بر. آری.
pride is lost. Yet this empire still stands. Have I overlooked my true greatness all along? I am not sure.
Thousands of men lost their lives that day. But the greatest casualty in Ismail's mind was his image as an immortal ruler, which had been forever shattered. Gradually succumbing to doubts and darker thoughts, he would never be the same. Yet for the first time since I found him here, this wretched man sounds sincere, as if he has reverted to his younger self. I now feel a tingling of pity for the man that I had once admired. However wrongly he has treated his devoted followers, I cannot deny his greatness. From an early age, he overcame hardship, impossible expectations, and his own pride to forge the mightiest Persian dynasty in over a millennium. Ever since Ismail's fall 10 years ago, I have anxiously dreamt of vengeance in my fallen brother's name. Yet as I reflect upon everything, the thought now almost cripples me. Weak though my heart grows, I have let Ismail govern my emotions for too long. Now, I am the master of my fate.
sound of a cannon being fired is indescribable. For a while, I forgot about all of my troubles and simply fired a cannonball each day for my own amusement. Hearing of my new toys, my relatives began pleading for me to retake Transoxiana from the Uzbeks, even awarding me the title Padshah, Great King. A decent ploy, but my attention was now fixed on India. Strictly speaking, India already belonged to me, as Tamerlane had once conquered it for our family. As the last ruling descendant of the great Amir, it was only right that I be given back what someone else was only administering for me. That someone was a man named Ibrahim Lodi, an Afghan pretender who ruled northern India from his capital in Delhi. Seeking to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, I wrote him a friendly letter and gave him a goshawk as a present. All that I asked in return was for my lands to be given back to me. Unfortunately, Ibrahim Lodi never replied, and so I had to put down the quill and let my cannons do the talking. With 15,000 men, I marched on Panipat, a small village on the plains northeast of Delhi. Ibrahim, for his part, mobilized an army of 100,000. In front of my men, I played the intrepid general, unshaken even by this unimaginable number. But secretly, I wondered if I had not bitten off more than I could chew.
Ibrahim Lodi is so confident of victory that he has delayed his attack. This gives us time to improve our position.
Babur, I am dying to let my guns do the talking for you. But without a supply of gunpowder, the fun will not last very long.
Loyalty to Ibrahim Lodi is in doubt. Perhaps we can convince them to join us, instead of drowning in the bloodbath to come.
All the towers on the road are destroyed. What are you waiting for, my Odashla? Bring the gunpowder to the camp. Derhal!
The provisions stored in this building will now feed our soldiers and not the armies of the Delhi Sultanate.
The gunpowder delivery has arrived. That will allow us to equip more cannons. Just keep the forces of the Sultanate away from my marksmen and cannoneers, Babur.
आपकी सेवा में।
managed to convince Alam Khan to stab Ibrahim Lodi in the back in the upcoming battle. Finally, a perfectly crafted intrigue again, just like in our sorely missed homeland. More provisions. This will greatly weaken Ibrahim Lodi's auxiliary forces. The provisions stored in this building will now feed our soldiers and not the armies of the Delhi Sultanate. More provisions. This will greatly weaken Ibrahim Lodi's auxiliary forces. Dawlat Khan is smarter than expected, and knows that a pointless death lies ahead if he continues to cling to Ibrahim Lodi. As soon as the fighting begins, he will take our side. The provisions stored in this building will now feed our soldiers and not the armies of the Delhi Sultanate.
मैं चल रहा हूँ।
आदेश सेवा में। जी श्रीमान। आदेश सेवा में। मैं चल रहा हूँ।
Babur! You were thoughtless enough to invade my lands, although you are heavily outnumbered. No more waiting. It is time that you pay the price. Now charge my mahouts!
Vanguard's commanders let me down! You just cannot trust these warlords who call themselves Khans. I have enough Indian troops eager to go into battle for me.
warriors! Panic! Enemy soldiers storm off the battlefield in desperate search of shelter. The road to Delhi is clear!
On the fields of Panipad, the enemy's strength in numbers proved to be its greatest weakness. Having never faced firearms before, Ibrahim's terrified war elephants were rendered useless by the thundering of my cannons. With little room to maneuver, his fighters huddled together so closely that they became nearly immobile. Firing straight into their lines, my cannoneers created a bloodbath. Just a few hours after the battle begun, there was nothing left of Ibrahim's army. My men found his body in a mountain of corpses and brought me his head as evidence of his demise. With Ibrahim's death, the Sultanate of Delhi came to an end. I had a tomb erected for the fallen Sultan in Panipad, as a reminder that the great Babur treats even his fiercest opponents with respect. Having established myself as the new ruler of northern India, I set out to explore my new realm. But wherever I went, I experienced only shock and disappointment. The people... Having established myself as the new ruler of northern India, I set out to explore my new realm. But wherever I went, I experienced only shock and disappointment. The people here lacked all good manners and never paid their taxes on time. None of the cities that I visited had a university, and there were no good horses to be found, no tasty grapes or sweet melons. Nothing. The one saving grace was the enormous deposits of gold and silver. Riches which made the Rajput empires in the west regard me with envy and suspicion. I knew better than to underestimate these independent princes, whom even Lodi had failed to subjugate. but motivating my men to do battle with them proved difficult. Many of the soldiers who had traveled with me from Kabul were disappointed that our campaign had not ended with a traditional Timurid pillaging. Like a sword that had seen too many battles, their loyalty had been blunted. I had to use all of my eloquence to convince them to stay. In a humbling act of sacrifice, symbolic of what I now asked of my followers, I publicly spilled a whole batch of Afghan wine that I had been looking forward to for months. My men were moved to tears when I announced that I would never again drink wine, for they knew very well how devoted I was to such worldly pleasures. When I asked Allah for his blessing, my soldiers held up their weapons in assent. With my warriors' loyalty sharpened, I began preparing for war.
Now that the Sultanate of Delhi is crushed, the Rajputs see their chance to regain power. Rest assured, Babur, we will not allow that.
मैं तैयार हूं। आदेश नमस्ते।
आपकी सेवा में।
हाँ। निर्माता निर्माता आदेश हाँ।
Centuries of war have made the rural population suffer. We may be able to win the peasants' loyalty by repairing their crumbling settlements.
We feared that you were just another Tamerlane, but unlike him, you are generous and show mercy. We will follow you, Babur.
It seems that we are no longer the only ones using gunpowder in combat. Portuguese traders sell arquebuses to the Rajputs. Let us show these infidel dogs from Iberia that they are not welcome here, so long as they do business with our enemies. Our scouts report that the Rajput armies are on the move. They will attack us soon.
Bambora! You dare to disrupt free trade? Are you a robber baron or a ruler, Tigre?
Babur, rumor has it that you are fairly sharing the spoils of war. What do you say? Is there still room for some talented horsemen in your...
We thank you, Babur, for keeping our village from falling apart. We promise to be your loyal subjects.
Indian gold. The only thing that shines brighter than the manes of our noble horses. Come, men! From now on, we ride with the Mughals.
Now! Our trading post lies in ruins! Come on, back to our caravels! Let us leave this cursed land as quickly as possible!
There they sail away! These Portuguese and their pennons will not cause us any further trouble.
We thank you, Babur, for keeping our village from falling apart. We promise to be your loyal subjects.
The Rajputs a heavy blow. One of their kingdoms is shattered. One remains.
Thank you, Babur, for keeping our village from falling apart. We promise to be your loyal subjects.
defeated! From now on, you are truly the only man who can claim overlordship of India! Long live Babur, His Imperial Majesty!
With the Rajput alliance crushed, there was no one left who dared challenge me. A grand feast was held to celebrate my victory. Everyone who had stood by my side on my arduous path to power received an invitation, as did, of course, all of the descendants of Genghis Khan and Tamerlane. 40,000 guests accepted the invitation, including princes from Persia, veterans from Kashmir, and even commoners who had done me a favor in one way or another. Yet what pleased me most was the arrival of about 100 Afghan peasants from Transoxiana who had given me shelter during my days in the wilderness. I had never forgotten the bravery of these common shepherds, and they, evidently, had not forgotten me either. While I laughed at the follies of my fellow commanders and danced to my heart's content with the cheerful peasants, it was all just for show. On the inside, I remain a stranger, alone in a foreign land.